What's up, guys? That really gross guy here, and we are back testing out our fourth and final augment for Volt. Fourth and final augment, this one specifically for Volt. So, I don't know what I think about this one. I think it's going to be useful. I can't say for sure, but this is going to be the Transistor shield. So his shield ability is going to, number one, allow allies to pick it up, and 100% with it maxed out of the damage absorbed is going to be able to be added to his discharge. Now, his discharge can be used through his fourth ability, or it can be used on his next power or his next damage dealt with a weapon or whatnot. I feel like the best way to utilize the damage output used from this static discharge is probably through like his ultimate ability, or maybe his first ability because of its chaining and whatnot. But we're going to take a look at it. We can't have an ally pick it up right now, so we can't really show that off. But we can check out the 100% damage absorption, which hopefully, you know, is going to be worth it. But you guys can decide at the end of this. But when I do these augment videos, I am going to leave them at default stats so we can see how they work. This one specifically, I'm not too sure what is really going to alter his shield other than duration and efficiency when he picks it up. But I wouldn't be surprised if the amount of the static discharge will increase if you have power strength or something added to it. But just for the sake of testing this out, I'm going to keep it at default level so we can see how good it is, and then we will go from there. This is going to be a little different from the other augments because this is not directly going to be a like a damage output thing until we utilize the static discharge on an enemy. So let's go up to 40 and let's see how this works with it. But level 40, I start out with level 40 because that's going to be the starting level of enemies on the furthest planets in the game, between 40 and 45. So we're going to try that out. Let's get this energy going real quick, and we have our heavy gunner down there. So let's get our shield up, let's pick it up, and let's run up here. And as you can see, we are up to 1,000. Man, that filled up really quickly. Let's have him run out. And there we have it. So if he's going to shoot at us again after he's done doing his seizure thing. Alright, so should be done now. And we need to do that. And because this tops out at 1,000, I'm really not sure if this is worth it. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm really not too sure if this is worth it all that much. It's going to work well if you tie this in with your shield and your one ability. See, we're at 1,000 again. So that helps. Oh, hold on. Okay, so it also works without picking it up. So I suppose this might be good. Let's shock him again. Let's pick up the shield. Let's kind of follow him, and I'm out of energy already. So tying this in with your other abilities, I don't know. I'm not too sure if this is really worth it. I am going to jump over here, and I'm going to up the enemy level to 80. 80 is going to be about 20 minutes on a survival on one of the more difficult planets, one of the furthest planets out. And then it's also going to be about 40 minutes on a really early game survival where the enemies will be at. So that's why I jump around to 80. So let's go pick up shield. Okay, so we're at 1,000. Boom. We hit him. He's going to do his little electrical thing. At 1,000, boom. Okay. He's going to do his damage dealing. At 1,000, boom. So it definitely charges it up really quickly. 1,000, boom. Okay. Just charge it up, 1,000, boom. So, I don't know if it's really all that worth it. I'm going to be completely honest. It might be worth it if you're going to stick this in front of like an objective, or your teammates are going to kind of sit behind this and maybe take some shots at some enemies. and then you might utilize it for, you know, your Static Discharge, or let's get some more shots on him, and then we'll do our ult. We'll get up here and do our ult, but honestly, unless they remove that 1,000 cap on his Static Discharge, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's a good augment in the slightest. I mean, I can run around. It does take a while to get to 1,000, but I don't know. See, we're at 1,000 now, but is it worth an augment slot? I don't think so. If we do our speed ability, we're going to get that Static Discharge up faster. Now, it's not going to be as fast as the shield, but we aren't really relying on Static Discharge as a Volt. I feel like that cap needs to be removed if this is going to be a useful augment. Let's get the shock on. You know, we do this discharge, we're not going to get anything out of it. The shield, let's just hop up here again. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with without the Transistor shield on here. Now, like I said, there might be some differences that happen with mods on it, but I am showing it at its default state because there are going to be people, I'm sure, doing builds specifically for these abilities. And you could probably check out, you know, if you really want to optimize a proper build for this, you could check out a video for that. But the shield doesn't give you any Static Discharge without the augment on. So, I mean, the only way of getting it, I believe, is sprinting, is running and sliding and all that stuff. But do you really rely on your Static Discharge? I don't. I don't as a Volt. You guys might. There might be a proper way to build for your Static Discharge, but let's put this back on and see what happens with some better, you know, like power strength. Let's see. Well, power strength. Yeah, let's try power strength. I don't think it makes a difference. Power drift, that could go. I think we're going to use up all our capacity. Let's actually pull off this. We won't need that. Let's put that up there. Let's go with Rage. So we'll get our Blind Rage on there. The Blind Rage could be better. I know. Don't worry. I just don't like taking down my efficiency all that much. And we're going to need Intensify. Now, these are the only power strength things that I have currently. So it's going to be 167. And we'll check to see how that works. Also with Power Drift. So we'll check to see how that works. Now, the shield doesn't really tie in with like weapons. Like if your weapons did more damage or something like that, like other augments do, or other powers do, it would be more useful. But unfortunately, the shield doesn't work like that. If there is something I can do to my mods to make my shield more useful or my weapons, I need to get energy. Sorry. Oh god. Okay. If there is something I can do to tweak this even more, make my shield even more useful, let me know. Or if you know a proper way to build this augment, let me know. But see, we're gonna put that up. We're at 1,000. Boom. Hit them. Let's see. They're gonna shoot at it. Now it does look like it actually goes up faster. But like I said, is it really worth it? Is it worth it? Do you really want Static Discharge that much? I would say yes, if, like I said, the cap was removed and we could use that Static Discharge to do a insane amount of damage. And I don't see why it should stay at 1,000. I feel like there are plenty of other Warframes that have a way to stack up damage or deal an insane amount of damage that makes it unnecessary, especially for a squishier frame like Volt. It doesn't seem very necessary to keep him limited to 1,000 Static Discharge. So maybe this will change in the future. I hope it does, because I don't think Personally, I don't think I will ever use this augment unless there are changes made, and I don't think a lot of people are going to use this augment unless changes are made. But if you know, like I said, if you know a better way to utilize this augment, let me know. Put it in the comments. Maybe other people will learn from it. I will definitely learn from it. But I feel like it could be useful, but right now it's not where it should be. So I hope you guys enjoyed. With that capacity thing, it makes sense to remove that cap, because if you're sprinting, the chances of you not using an ability or not shooting your gun up until, you know, before 1,000 is going to be rare anyways. So you might as well remove that cap so that people that really want to utilize this augment, really want to place a shield up, tank all that damage, and deal back that damage for an insane amount of damage, I feel like is very justified. So, because that's the only way to get that static discharge is to tank that damage or to run around. So, what do you guys think? Do you think the cap should be moved or removed? And like I said, is there a good way to mod for this? Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time. Blow.